Welcome, welcome, and welcome to day number 5 of the 5-day Creative to CEO Challenge. And I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to be here today with you guys to wrap all this up, to bring everything that we've been working on for the past 4 days right into this culminating fifth day to show y'all how to integrate everything that we've been working on. Listen here, listen, the VIP session was great that we had with Jay Lex. I don't see her in here just yet. I wanted to bring her to the stage and kind of, share her thoughts and her feedback from the VIP and just the overall session. But no, listen, it's been lit. It's been up. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So let me drop an emoji in the chat just to kind of let us see how excited you guys are for this day 5, for this for this last day of this challenge. Just drop an emoji. If you can locate the emojis, put an emoji in the chat. Let me know how you feeling.
Let me see. I'm gonna put something in the chat. Man, what's up, everybody? Ron got you all welcomed in and brought into the room, but I want to
Yes.
send my warm welcomes as well. Let me drop some emojis in here. This is day 5. This is the day that everything comes together.
Love it. Okay, I love it. We got a GIF in there. I love that. Okay.
That's
That's
crazy.
what's up.
That's crazy. Man. So this is. Let me see. Oh, I see some. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Um, okay, here we go. We are in day 5. You know, I was already ready with the official. Y'all know when y'all see that it's officially about to go down. Okay, so day 5 is all about integration, getting everything together. Um, Listen, let's recap really quick though, really quickly. Day 1, creative CEO vision. I know y'all were looking at Run and I like, what's going on? Why they telling me to pick a goal? Like, what does that have to do with my 10K? You're not going to be able to hit 10K if you don't have a goal to hit something close to 10K or beyond, right? So that was the important part there. Day 2, we worked on your signature offer, and it's like, oh, I got to work through this. Yes, it was super cool though to see you guys finally have those breakthroughs and then put those. I'm like, okay, I like that offer. And now that we have an offer, we can start working on a brand message. Before we got to the brand message, day 3 was show me the money. Okay, show me the money. Worked on building out your 10K plan, and I know it was like, wow, I got to work through my price. Does my price match my goal? Oh yeah, remember that goal? All of that has to match. So now we start working through your price, and if your price didn't feel good to you, you had a tool that we gave you so you can work through it to kind of keep making the necessary adjustments to get it there. That particular tool was a revenue map that's found in your CEO plan sections. But today we're getting into the CEO plan on a page. But day 4, the magnetic message. I think it was so important for you guys to realize what to focus on. I hear that all the time. It's so much to do. What should I be focusing on? Okay, you have 3 priorities in business: sales, delivery, and audience growth. And with audience growth, we need to have a magnetic message. You can't just grow the audience with no brand messaging. We can't grow the audience without being able to speak to exactly what it is we need to do. And now we're at day 5, the CEO plan on a page. Okay, now I do want to encourage you guys. As it relates to this particular workbook, you obviously get to keep them. I love some of you guys are writing in them on hand. Some of you guys are writing on them digitally, so you get to keep these. And while today is turn your plan into a predictable, profitable, this CEO plan on the page we keep promising you guys. While that is the focus, we do want you to always remember why you took this challenge, right? Someone else on another day said, I think I'm gonna have to take the challenge again. You need to reiterate why you're taking this challenge, what is actually happening. Now, I just gave you a recap, but I want you to read that and literally go through it. It's not that even long, that's not that long of a read. And of course, the why the CEO shift matters. Okay, so you want to make sure you're locking in on it. I would read it out loud, but I want uh, you to check it out. I'm ready to get into the very first lesson, the very first big idea. But before I do that, um, I just gotta take a moment, right? Take a moment and let's just see um, how many of you all have already started filling in the CEO plan sections. How many of you guys have already started doing that? That's the real thing. If you start filling it out, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If you already Yes, okay. And some of you guys were like, okay, I'm trying to be an editor on this form. You're not going to be an editor on the form. We were giving you the form in view only mode so that you can download the form. So the way you do that is you open up that link that we shared, and you're going to go to file and then download, and now you have it on your desktop, on your tablet, or wherever you're working, so that you can work through everything there. So if you do not already, please make sure you head over to the the CEO plan section. Um, and well, actually, you know what? It might be too late for that, because today you're getting the official CEO plan on the page. You might as well just go ahead and start dropping it on the plan on the page,
Exactly.
right? So I was thinking, I'm like, well, if you don't have it by now, if you don't have it by now. All right, it's not that you're never going to have it, because you are officially about to have it here in a moment. I just had to stop for a second and see where you were at with the. So some of you guys had thumbs up. Y'all have been working through it. So
Hmm.
it's going to be even easier for you to begin to make this copy and paste transition
Yep.
that we're about to do, and show you how to work this document. But for others, we're going to keep it moving exclusively for you. Ron, are you ready to like kind of get into the
Yes.
big idea for the day?
I am definitely ready to get into the big idea for today. So I need for you to understand this, right? This plan that you have been working on throughout this week, it gives you clarity. A rhythm gives you consistency. A tracker gives you predictable profit. So this is the day that you shift from I created a plan to I know how to implement my plan week by week, right? This is the consistency and CEO identity day. So I need y'all to understand that. So listen, like I said, I don't just have a plan, I know how to run it. So y'all ready? If y'all are ready for this, drop a one in the chat to let us know that you're ready,
For
and
lesson
let's
number
get
one.
it.
Okay. So lesson number one, when it comes to today. Oh, I want to say this before I get into lesson number one and start talking about where we are on this CEO plan integration. I do I do have to mention that, man, this has been a really, really cool experience. And Ron and I did decide that we are going to do day six. We're going to do day six for those of you guys who want to do a day six. If y'all want to keep it going, we're going to be there. We're going to be in place, and we're going to be ready to unpack some of the. Oh, wait a minute. I just said we're going to do day six. Is anybody else excited? Because we don't have to do an extra day, right? But we want to do a bonus day because there were some things that we wanted to share with you all that we couldn't share and crunch into the 5 day uh, experience. And so I do want to let you know that. So please get ready to RSVP for the day six. Now, when it comes to RSVPing for the day six, you're going to have to do it in the community. And there's a place for you to go into the community, into events, and then you'll be able to tap on. You'll be able to click RSVP, but then ultimately it's going to be the same link, and you'll come in here. So you don't have to do that right now, but I'm just telling you, we are going to do a bonus day six. Ron, are you excited about day six? I mean, I
Oh
don't know.
no,
Should
listen,
we do?
day six is yeah, that's like the cherry on top of everything that we've been doing here. The icing, it's the icing and the cherry. So yeah, no, day six is live.
All right. Okay. Day six is live. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. Now, so far, you guys have had the opportunity to travel along a journey, right? You now have that 90-day goal, right? You have a signature offer. You've worked through a revenue map, and then you have a campaign system or a marketing or message system that was wrapped around your very first campaign. That's really cool. Like, I know I'm going to do 20 DMs on LinkedIn, 20 DMs on Facebook, Instagram every week. That's my rhythm. By the end of that, I'll have reached out to 80 people in a month. Out of 80 people in a month, I hope that I can have 8 conversations. Out of 8 conversations, I hope that I can sell two of whatever it is I'm trying to sell at
Hmm.
$1,500, right? That puts me right at that 3,000 mark that I was trying to get to. But then, okay, that's a predictable 3,000. What levers do I need to pull in order to get to that 10K? I hope you guys see how we're trying to help you get to that 10K. Now, before we move any further, I do want to invite you all into some reflection prompts that we have here within your workbook. And that is, we want to ask you a question. What part of the plan that you have so far excites me? Right? What part of my plan excites me the most? I want you to go ahead and fill that in the workbook or your notepad, wherever you're taking notes. And then the second question is, what part needs structure to actually happen? Like, I like it, but I still need some structure right here. Something is not all the way where it needs to be. Write that down. I'll give you, let's give them about a minute, 60 seconds to get that going. I will give you music, but you don't need all that. We're just gonna give
Yeah.
you 60 seconds.
All right. Yeah, I got about 30 seconds left.
Okay, 30 seconds. Now, with everything that you all have completed, okay, 30 seconds. Oh, they say they got 26 seconds. Your 90-day goal, your signature offer, your revenue mapping so that you can get to that 5K month if that was your initial goal, that 10K month, that 15K month. I'm trying to see a 30K month, regularly in my life. And ultimately, all right, cool, pens down, as the teachers will say. You guys can keep writing. But ultimately, all of this culminates into your CEO plan on the page. Now, the CEO plan on the page looked like this when you very first got it. As you can see up here with section 1, your vision and income target. You should have the information to fill this in. Your section 2, your strategic block. Your section 3, your the project that you were working on. You was able to fill in one section. You were able to figure out how many tasks needed to be completed, right? Total. How many of tasks have you done total? But you weren't able to get this calculation because you didn't have the sheet. So we're getting ready to give you the sheet. Anybody ready for the official CEO plan on a page? The official boy. Y'all ready for it? Because we've been holding on to this link for a while. We're like, I don't think they ready. I don't think they ready. Ron, you gonna go ahead and drop it for me?
Yes, it's already in there. It's in the
Oh, you
chat.
know.
So listen, it's in the chat and it's in the community, right? So for whatever reason, if you, I'm be telling you to download it now, right? But it's also in the community. But yes, I just put it in the chat.
All right. So when you go there, we're going to download it. Don't ask to be an editor. Don't ask to be a collaborator. We're not gonna be letting you change this document at all. Download it and let's begin so you can get ready to start filling it in so you can have your CEO plan on the page. Okay. All right. So we're
All
gonna
right.
get back to it.
All right. So y'all should be downloading that. So what we're gonna do, all right? So this it's imperative that you download this piece because you're gonna need it for this next step. Okay. So don't say I'm gonna download it later. No, do it now. We don't want you
Matter of
wasting
fact,
your time.
we wanted to give them some time to download it and start
Mm-hmm.
copying their answers in. So
Exactly.
Somebody already made their copy. Okay, it's time to start taking your answers and putting them in. And now you're gonna need DJ Shy Speaks back. I hope y'all know I'm not really a DJ for real. I'm just a DJ in this session. But we're gonna give y'all some music to travel to.
Yeah.
Let's give them 5 minutes.
No, it was supposed to be.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
Let's give them 5 minutes, and we want you to begin to put all the information that you have so far into the document. And I'm gonna just so you know, that project and campaign, you have audience growth, you have sales growth, and you have delivery. Well, sales and delivery are going to be still empty, right, in that project section. Audience growth, that section, you should have a campaign name right there. You're going to say how many tasks total was there, how many you've done, and it's going to generate you a percentage. So yes, two fields will be empty, just a heads up. Okay, here we go. DJ Shy Speaks in the building.
So once again, I should be downloading the document and everything that we've been working on, filling in the sections. All righty, all righty. So we are back. Hopefully y'all took that 5 minutes to start moving everything that we've been working on for the past 4 days into the proper places on that CEO and the page on the plan on the page. And I need for y'all to acknowledge something huge here, right? Most creatives never put all this in one place. A lot of times it's in their head, or they might got it scattered in different notebooks or spreadsheets. It's all over the place, right? But you guys just synthesized this, right, and brought it into one space. So now you have a 90-day creative CEO plan on a page, and that speaks volumes, right? That speaks language, right? So now you're creative and strategic, not just creative, right? You have your personal blueprint for consistent income. This is literally your integration moment. And it's one thing to have a plan, but it's another thing to integrate it. And I really want y'all to really understand that, right? Because it's easy to make a plan, but to have something that's integrated that I can now execute, that is now is simple and is clarified for me, right? Now that builds that confidence, that gets rid of some of that angst and some of the other things that we may deal with as creators, because now we stepping into our CEO era, right? So before we get into this weekly tracker, momentum tracker, right? Um, let's implement some things right now. So I want you to do something right now, right? So we have our list of like tasks and reoccurring tasks and things like that, right? I want for y'all to just take 2 minutes, right? I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes, and I want for you to put on your calendar one of those reoccurring tasks, right? So something that you know you're going to do weekly, right? It might even be multiple times a week. Regardless of whatever it is, make sure that you put that on your calendar, okay? So look at your list of the things that you talked about, okay? You did the list of your tasks, and we want to put that on your calendar. Take your phone out, put it on your calendar, if you your laptop, do your Google. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to do that, okay?
Right. So just while y'all are, just in case somebody confused, we are putting on here your reoccurring class. You say you was gonna do Fridays, a Friday reoccurring filming. Well, maybe Wednesday may be the day you put on there. I film on Wednesdays, I post on Friday. So if your
Mm-hmm.
film time needs to be protected like any
Exactly.
other time block. It's Wednesdays at 6 p.m. You know that's all you're doing on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Put it on your calendar. You had one key deliverable or a top task that you said you know you need to do. Let's put that on the calendar. This is how we get a win right
All
in the
right.
middle of the challenge.
Yep, put it
And
on your
what
calendar.
else? And I know we are saying we're moving forward to the weekly tracker, but before we do that, I'm gonna go back really quick and just kind of show some things on the spreadsheet just to make sure everybody's good.
That's wisdom. Say no creative left behind, right? I want y'all to make sure y'all are getting this, and that's for real. We serious about that. All right. If you we got about 20 seconds left, but if you put something on your calendar, drop a one in the chat so we know that you got it on there.
Nuh-uh. What day and time did you put it
Okay.
on it?
There you go.
What
Put the date and
day?
time, whatever you put on your calendar, put the date and time. You don't got to put what it is. Just put the date and time in the chat.
Yes. You put Fridays at 6. Did you put Mondays at 11 is when you're going to send out your LinkedIn, or you Tuesdays at 3 was when you're going to write your email newsletter thing. But what was it? Drop it down. Drop it like it's hot. Play too much.
You ain't hit him with the drop it like it's hot.
It ain't no fun unless you have fun, right?
All right. I don't see nobody putting that in the chat, so y'all didn't put it on the calendar. Just put numbers. Put 3-19 6 p.m. or something.
Every Sunday for the next 4 weeks. At what time?
Yeah, don't not what you doing, Shaq. Put actually the date that you put on your calendar.
It should be a recurring date,
Yeah.
but you should put it on there and then set recurring every. I'm about to show them how to set a recurring appointment if they keep playing.
There we go.
9 to 12 p.m.
What
Okay,
day?
every on Sundays.
On Sunday? Okay. All right. All right. Every Sunday for the next 4 weeks. So you got it on your calendar, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., a 3 hour block. Okay, good. All
Okay,
right. We got a few other we got more people in here. It's more than just Shaq.
I will individually call you out and take your phone off of mute. Please do not try me today. I will take you off of mute. Okay, there we go. Got another one. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And you're doing your audience growth strategy on that day. If you do every day, 1 to 4 p.m., something is going to move because remember, we said predictable income requires predictable action. All right, so I gave you enough time and I said I was going to go back over some things on the spreadsheet just in case. We want to make sure everybody understands all the things. Oh, here we go. So when it comes to the spreadsheet, one of the most simplest days was day one, right? So you were able to write your goal, which was to enroll 8 students into my whatever academy program name plus program, whatever that was for you. Okay, so that one was simple, that was easy. But what you did or might have noticed is whatever your goal was, if your goal was to make $15,000 within the next 90 days, if you drop that here, it automatically gave you your monthly target. So that was one built-in calculation into the spreadsheet. There's another built-in calculation in case you ever want to work with your pricing and change it and see how much you would, how much things would affect you. But I'll get to that. Day two was okay as well. Pretty simple. What am I building? I'm building for one of our students and one of our creative entrepreneurs here. They're building a DJ academy of some sort. So and they're gonna launch that DJ academy. Someone else who is for. They knew exactly it was for female uh, females who are interested in investing, things like that. So who are investor curious, right? And trying to learn those things. There was someone else, and then there was a time we figured out how you're going to measure it, right? You'll know it's successful if you had a certain percentage of people who did something, or a certain amount of students got it, or a certain amount of paintings got hung, or a certain amount of right? So you figured out your own. In this case, we had 10 book clients at 12K revenue, right? So I know this thing is successful and is validated, and I'm going to measure it based on hitting 12K or hitting 10 clients. This is where then there's another thing where you finish the portion for section 2, and it was called day 3 priorities. You'll notice there was a day 3 priorities and a day 3 revenue map. Now, day 3 priorities is the finale of a section number 2. Over there, that's where you put 3 tasks that you'll focus on and what I'll pause, right? You already filled that in at this point, but I want to talk to you about this revenue map, right? In case you were wondering how this works. Everything is already pulled in here. I'm going to make it a wee bit bigger just for, those of you who need, a little bit extra space in your examples. But no, seriously, your 90-day goal already came in calculated. Your monthly goal came in. Your lunch, your signature offer, that came in over from your 90-day plan. What did not come in is what you need to type in here and what's your offer. Your price here, we talked about $1,000, right? But you could change your answer and say, man, I'm going up on my price to 1,500. And you notice if I change the price to 1,500, the spreadsheet changes. If you say I'm going up on my price to 2,000, that the spreadsheet changes again, because the more you charge, the fewer amount of clients you'll wind up needing, the fewer amount of leads you'll wind up needing, right? So let's go back to our $1,000. We had the $15,000 goal, $5,000 per month. We have an offer of $1,000. In order for us to hit that, remember, we need 5 clients, right? So you'll see it right down here in the column, row number 16. It shows 5 clients, or the conversions. But remember, we reverse engineered things. How many conversations turn into conversions? So we need 20 conversations. Okay, well, in order to get 20 conversations, how many leads do I need? I need 113 leads. And remember, there was, well, how many views would you need? Well, 6,667 views that I need, that visibility, in order for me to get those 5 clients. Right, so all this calculates. So if you decide, man, I think I'm about to nudge my price up a little bit, you don't want to mess up the spreadsheet. You go into the boxes that have blocks around them. You're going to go 12, 5, 1250, and then boom, you'll see that I only need 4 clients now, because I just raised my price by 250. Right, so, and everything adjusts, so you know what you need to do. Now I'm going to go back to the 1,000, right? And here's another thing that you have to enter in: your average views rate. Now, you know, whenever you share a video, on average, how many views do you get? Okay, that this number here affects how many pieces of content you're going to put out. So you need 6,000 views in a month. Okay, if you get about 600 views on each video, right, that lets you know, okay, cool, 6,000 divided by 4. Okay, divide that by 600. Okay, that'll let me know I need about 3 pieces of content per week. And that's how you're able to adjust that. And that's the same thing is true if it's views on your live stream, if it's views on your social media posts, if you, I mean, not your social media posts, on your newsletter. If you were doing a newsletter and I have about 600 people on a newsletter, every time I post a newsletter, I get 600 eyes on it. How many times do I need to get people's eyes on this? So it's the same thing, same visibility, right? But for the sake of growth, what we're talking about is social media and videos, but you can still see a concept there. So if for whatever reason you just always get like 1,000 views on your videos on average, you put that there, and it lets you know, okay, I need about 2 videos per week, right? Because if I get 2 videos per week, that's going to be 2,000. 2,000 times 4 will be 8,000, and I'll have met the number of views that I need. So this is how this spreadsheet works. These 2 boxes here, it's just for you to calculate how many leads you need per week. So you know it's 133 per month, but you have to figure out how many per week. So you divide that by 4. Or how many conversations you need per week. Obviously, we know this is 20. So I typed in 20, right? Divided by 4 is about 5 conversations per week. And then there's one more tool here that you type in if you want to just put all your things on a revenue map. And it's how many offers, how many times you mention your offer in the videos. So let's go back to our regular example. If I get about 600 views per video, I need 3 videos per week. So cool. My audience growth strategy is I'm going to be doing 3 videos per week. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to film them on Sunday. I'm going to do all 3 videos. But the question is, am I going to mention my offer in all 3 videos? And you really don't want to do that because you want to entertain people. You want to educate people. So I would say out of 3, I'll probably mention it in 1. This document is solely for you. This page is solely for you to work through your ideas and your pricing if you ever need it. It's just a tool, right? So you got your priorities there. Day 4, we moved right along, and we had the the handy dandy calculator, the color coded calculator. Right, so you were able to put your magnetic message here with your reels, podcasts, emails, etc. And so if you had that 12-week reels campaign, you're doing 3 reels a week times 4 weeks. That's going to give me 12 reels, right? And how many tasks does it take to get all of that done? Well, it takes about 10 tasks. And then you ask yourself, well, how many of those tasks have I already done? Like I've already outlined what I want all my videos to be about. So you've done 1 task. Right? I'm sorry. So you've done 1 task out of 10. then you will see that you're in the orange. But as you begin to upgrade things and you begin to complete tasks, you go boom, I'm in. You see the colors change. Boom, the colors change again. Boom, you get up to 8, and you're going to keep going until you get all the way up to 10, and you should be 100% completion on that particular goal. And now we are at day 5, and day 5 was empty in your plan section on purpose because this is the full spreadsheet, right? And so I just wanted to talk to you guys about all of these things that you have filled out so far: section 1, section 2, section 3. And now, again, we've only filled out this. I would encourage you to put audience and then whatever your real campaign is, sales and growth, and just leave those empty because we know we haven't gotten to those. Because right now, coming at in your first quarter, your month 1, you're going to be focusing on your audience growth one. So I'm gonna leave it right there. And now we're talking about this weekly tracker, and this one is really cool, and it ties back into something else that you worked on this week. Listen, what does not get measured does not get managed. So we have to talk about the weekly tracker. Let's go ahead and get into it. But I just want to make sure everybody was good to go as it relates to the calculator. I mean, not the calculator, the the spreadsheet, right, and how to use it. And then ultimately that spreadsheet rolls up into a one pager. All right, so let's get on back to the lesson. Okay, we're gonna make this really quick because we I just kind of explained it to you simply, right? So I'm gonna,
Mhm.
can I keep it going, Run? Is it okay if I?
Yeah, no, keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going really quick. So when it comes to the layout on the weekly tracker, what I said earlier is what gets measured gets managed, right? And so your weekly tracker is how you keep score. Okay, we're not trying to get you to measure 20 different metrics. Like, I need all the data. No, we're going to only focus on the numbers that move your signature offer forward. The numbers that move your signature offer forward are leads, conversations, sales, the revenue that you've collected, the content that you've outputted, and the percentage of the campaign you've completed for that month. That's all we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on 6 numbers, not 20, not 50. There are so many metrics to track. And as your company grows, sure, you can have a marketing department and they can have 10. Sure, you can have a sales department and they can have 10 trackers. But you right now, if it's you and an assistant, you and a small team, you and some volunteers, if your team is not consistently hitting 10K months, let's just focus on these 6 numbers, okay? And the reason why this matters is because if you don't track it, you're guessing, right? If you're guessing, you drift, and if you drift, you stall, okay? You don't want to stall. That's not what we're going to. That's not the look we're going for. CEOs measure. I'm going to keep it moving, and we're going to give you opportunity to look at your monthly tracker and show you how to do it. Now, I just showed you over there in the spreadsheet, but if I show you really quickly here in the workbook version, if you wanted to enter it in here before you put it on the spreadsheet, because literally you don't have anything to put on the spreadsheet yet because your week hasn't started. Your week shouldn't start until at least next week or April 1st, right? But there's something that you can put on the spreadsheet, and I'll let Ron explain it to you. But it's these things that you're going to put on the spreadsheet. Ron, you want to go ahead and speak to that really quickly?
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, so as you all see here, this is in your workbook. So you always want to start out, you know what I'm saying, on your worksheet. You want to start with the month. Okay. So you're gonna write in, you're gonna pick the month that you started. So if you're starting in April, put April. If you're starting in May, put May. I mean, yeah, May or March. We're in March, right? So then next you want to go to write your campaign name, right? And main offer at the top right. Okay. So you're gonna write your campaign name. So what's the campaign? It's okay, we're doing audience growth, or we're doing sales, we're doing delivery, whatever that is, we're gonna put that. Then next, you see, we're gonna go to how many leads came in, right? So once again, this is after effect, not beforehand. That these other things we're doing beforehand, your month and your campaign, but these other ones are now after the fact. So this is how many leads we had come in, put that number there. These are how many conversations that we had as a result of the leads. Then there's the number of sales that we had as a result of conversation. This is how much revenue that we received, not how much that's promised, but received. This is how many content pieces that we created. And then based on the content, this is how many views that we have. We're going to put that all in. At the end of the week, based on what was done, you want to put a takeaway, right? In short, what did you learn? So if you did everything and you achieved your goals, you want to put that. Okay, when I do everything, then I get the results. Or let's say you didn't do everything, something came up, right? Then you want to put that in there. Well, I noticed that I only did 2 videos instead of 4, so I only got these many leads, right? You want to put your takeaways, and you want to be mindful of that and study of that. That as CEOs, that's what you're doing. You're looking and you're seeing, okay, what am I doing? Does this, did this translate or whatnot? Okay. So after that, the next thing we want to do uh is we want you to go ahead and this activity, right? So we already had you block your 50 your regular task, right? Your top task. Now we want you to this CEO plan on the page. We want you to add that to your calendar. We want you to block 15 minutes every week, add it to your calendar like we just did for the other task. I'm going to review my CEO plan on the page. I'm going to go through my momentum tracker. It should only take you about 15, 20 minutes because you should be tracking this throughout the week. And I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to review it and look at my numbers. Okay. Because once again, this is your CEO review session. So go ahead and put a day in there and put a time. So you can put that in the document, but also put it on your calendar. Okay. So this leads to, once again, your conversion ladder from day 3, right? But now we have it in a visual tracker. Okay, so right, she has the CEO plan on the page here. So you see up here, so we have the top grayed out intentionally. Once again, because we're just putting in dummy numbers for now because we once again we're going in after the fact and putting in the information. So for now, once again, put in you so you got the top, you got your April, you got your sales. Now we're gonna say okay, we 133 leads is what I had, if that's what you're projecting, right? You're gonna pick your sales, delivery, or audience growth. How she just had it. Go ahead. Would you about to say
I
something,
was
Shy?
gonna say I don't know if I gave them enough time to put that on their calendar before we start explaining everything. Did we
Right,
give them enough time for them to put on their calendar that you're gonna review it? Because you told them to do that for 15 minutes, and I slid the spreadsheet in so they can start seeing what we were working with. But I don't want them to get
right.
distracted just yet. Let's put 15 minutes because I'm going to show you how to review it.
Mm-hmm.
But set a 15-minute time slot on your calendar. I'll do this on Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Good.
I drink my coffee or drink my tea like
Yep.
10 a.m. So I just want to make sure you guys have
Yeah.
that locked in. Are
I
we
see
good on
Shaq
that?
said every Friday at 12. Good. And that's it. This listen, just pick a day and time. Get in the habit of picking days and times and putting it on your calendar so that you don't forget. Because you're gonna forget if you don't.
Okay.
All right.
Now, now I'm going to show you where we're going to put your projected numbers. This is what
Exactly.
Ron was talking about, right? So you have your spreadsheet open, and he was telling you all those leads, conversion, sales. So it's grayed out right here on week 5. Most months don't have week fives. We usually plan from a 4 week calendar. So that's why we're going to put your projected numbers here, right? But once your 90 days start, April 1st to April 8th, you're going to track, right? How many leads did I get? How many conversations did I have? How many sales did I have? Right? You're going to track that. So, but for right now, Ron, you were telling them to go ahead and put in the projected number. They
Yep.
should have a projected number, right? Remember,
Exactly.
what was that from day 3?
From day 3, go back to what your projected numbers were, and that's what you're gonna fill in this gray spot here. And then we're gonna compare throughout the week when you actually are doing said things, and you're gonna see these numbers, right? But we're gonna fill in the gray now. So we're gonna give you 5 minutes to fill in this gray part. Okay. So these are your projected. How many projected leads? Right. 2 minutes. We're gonna give you 2 minutes. Okay.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So projected leads, projected conversions, projected sales, projected revenue, projected content pieces and views. She just showed you how to calculate that on the other document and put that in the grayed out spot there at the top. Okay. Now you won't have a takeaway, right? But generally you would put once again the takeaway in that first for your week for your takeaways. But everything else for now is your projections.
Is everybody done? Do you still need more time? If you need more time, say hold up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to keep rolling? I think they got it because that shouldn't take them that long.
Right.
It's too easy. All right. So you got your projections in here, right? Your projections are in our example that 15,000, 5,000 a month. I needed to collect about $1,000 a week in order to hit my goal because I want five clients and or technically in that case if I'm trying to do it over 12 weeks it will be 1250. So I put all that there. This is a good visual. My goal, I'm trying to do about 10 pieces of content and I need to really be hitting at about about 7,000 views. That's really the goal. And each week, for example, this week would have been I need to follow up and do calls. Yes, I reached out to the leads, but I didn't follow up enough. So let's say it's April 1st. That whole week went by. April 1st through April 8th. You're gonna type that in. I did the thing. I 20 LinkedIn clients. 20 LinkedIn prospects every week times four. That was 80, right? Out of that, I wound up having 10 conversations. Out of that, I wound up making two sales. Two sales for me was is let's say it's 12. My offer was $1,000, right? So that would be 2,000 that I've collected that week. Okay, we heading somewhere, and the numbers are going to calculate here for you at the bottom. Same thing here as you do it week over week. You're gonna have calculations and it's gonna give you a total of what you're working with, right? So now this week, I was tired, I wasn't feeling like it, I didn't feel like talking to nobody, I didn't make no money. So that's where you at. You still need to try to make $5,000. So you're gonna get right back on it that next week. You're gonna go 100, right? You're gonna say I had about 22 conversations, I had three sales, boom, and that means I collected $3,000. I was able to hit my goal. What does this tell me? This week right here, if I had kept going, I would have went and exceeded my goal. As you can see, this is how we're trying to get you to get this number here to 10K. This whole challenge was the 10K, right? So from signature offer, a scalable signature offer that you can hit 10K at a time, right? So you're able to see at what level am I converting. That's a number. What's your conversion rate? See, these are terminologies that entrepreneurs use. At what rate do you convert? Well, it looks like I convert about 2% of the people. But it's okay because I'm still hitting $6,000 a month, right? And then here's the other thing you're going to do. This only accommodates for 1 month, right? What's going to happen when April comes, right? So when May comes, you're going to come in here, you're going to change that to May, right? You're going to, and actually you don't want to delete this page. You don't want to delete this page. You're going to come here, you're going to right click down here at the bottom. You're going to right click on this. You're going to duplicate this page. It's going to create a whole new page for you, and that becomes May's page so that you can keep all your April's metrics so you still have them, right? This is what we're going to do. Now in May, we're not going to be focusing on audience growth anymore. That's not going to be the campaign. We're still going to keep it going because that was important to get started. But we're going to start working on a sales campaign at that point. So at that point, we will make this one bold, that one not bold, and I'll work on this one. Hopefully, I didn't hit 100% of my audience growth goals, and I'm ready to move on to my sales goals. Maybe my sales goals was a web page design, a landing page, right? So, and it took about 15 tasks to get that done. 5 of them are already done. Of course, I'm still doing my weekly thing because my audience growth doesn't stop. That's why we wanted you to start that one first. Okay, so you're gonna still be doing that, but then ultimately you're gonna take these numbers here, you're gonna delete them, and you're gonna start all the way back over, right? And do the same thing next month. You're gonna track all of your numbers, and then we don't want you just tracking numbers because at the end of the day, money, yes, we can get you to 6K, we can get you to 5K, we can get you to 10K, but money is not the only thing you want to track. You want to track how you feel. You want to pay attention to how you're thinking as a CEO. You want to see if this is sustainable. And so, Ron, I want you to talk to them about the momentum tracker really quick before we wrap up today.
All right. So at the end of each week, what you need to ask yourself is, did I complete my task, my top task, right? Did I show up on my chosen channels? Did I promote my offer at least once? Did I nurture my audience? Did I review my numbers? Right. So that's what you're going to do to track your momentum and your energy and whatnot. So then I want you to think about this reflection prompt. What is one habit that I must protect next week? right? Because yes, we want you to answer those questions, but then we going back to the delegating all those or the delegating pause. We want to see, okay, do I need to, what do I need to protect so that I can get this done? Because what happens is once when you go through this and you're answering the yes, yes, and no's, it's going to give you a score. And if you only got one thing done, you're off track, right? If you get two things done, right? You got some motion, two to three things you in motion, but our focus is to be four to five things done because then that means you in CEO mode. Okay. So that's this is your momentum tracker to see if you're on track. Because if you're not on track, it's gonna tell you, and it ain't feelings, right? All we doing is putting in the truth. We putting in what we actually doing. Okay. So I need you to literally say this. Okay. Or yeah, I want y'all to say this, right? I'm me checking is not just I'm not just an entrepreneur. So me checking this document, I'm not just an entrepreneur, but I'm a CEO. Right? Y'all don't got to come off mute and say it, but just say it to yourselves. Me checking this momentum tracker in this document is not me just being an entrepreneur, but I am a CEO. All right.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm hoping
listen.
y'all picking up what we laying down here. Okay.
Hope they are right. So we're back over here with the ability to use that momentum tracker again. Ron had you to talk about or say out loud this affirmation. We believe in affirmations, and then ultimately, like inside of our creative CEO cohort that we've talked about all week, that's where we help you install everything. That's the you have a plan now. But how are you gonna install it? So you're gonna install it with systems. We'll give you actual systems to deploy these things, like an actual software tool where you can handle a lot of admin tasks and all that. That comes with the cohort support. You get strategy, of course, from us because you have a regular. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna actually stay on the call today, and we're gonna have a post class hangout because we promised you from the get-go that we were not going to offer you something from yesterday. We said we're not going to make today offer an offer. It's just going to be a lesson. Like it's just going to be a lesson. It's going to be integration, and we're going to show you how to do weekly rhythm of tracking, weekly rhythm of being on top of your audience growth. It's on your calendar, and a weekly rhythm of reviewing your CEO plan, right? Reviewing your metrics. That's what we wanted to do, and we gave you that. We didn't want to try to talk to you about what's the next step with us or anything like that. We want to keep it locked in, but we are going to stay on the call afterwards today and have a post-class hangout. In this hangout, you'll have the opportunity to ask us questions about your offer, about anything about the spreadsheet, the CEO plan on the page. You can ask us questions about business in general, right? You can ask us any questions that you have about the offer that we're going to present. We're going to tell you what we have to offer that may help you work with us for the next 12 months in the Creative CEO cohort. This is a totally optional hangout. You do not have to hang, but we're going to take a few minutes to tell you about it, check in with you guys. We want to hear how you feel about it. But if you feel like you got everything you needed, then and you don't want to take time to like soak in this next portion, then listen, you are definitely 100% free to head on out. We'll see you at the bonus day tomorrow where we're going to unpack another framework. The homework today was like really simple. It's just for you to share your biggest CEO shift that you have from this challenge, right? That's it. And then we want you to declare it, right? Declare your next bold move. Your next bold move for you may be joining us on the bonus session. Next bold move for you may be staying in the hangout session. Let me just talk. Let me come off mute and ask them questions about my business. Ron and I are going to stay here and talk to you about whatever it is you want to talk about. We're hanging out, and you may want to hear about our creative CEO offer. So you can hang cool. If you can't hang cool, thank you so much. You guys have been 100% awesome for being here, especially all of you guys who showed up every day and was able to be here the entire time. But even if you weren't and you was able to stick and move, you still was able to have the access to the replays, post your homework, your feedback. And so today we want to get feedback from you. At this point, we're going to officially end. We're going to end not the 5 day challenge coming to an end. We're going to officially end day 5, and we are going to roll right on into the post-class hangout. Again, it's an open floor Q&A about the challenge, about your offer, about your pricing, anything like that, business in general. You are completely invited to stay, and we will share with you how you can continue to work with us for the next 12 months. If this is what we gave you for 5 days, 5 days, right? If this is what we gave you for 5 days, imagine what 12 months would look like.